Let's continue. Okay, so the topic of our discussion today is our 5 friends. Okay, so you might be already guessing who are our 5 friends, right? So they are our 5 elements, the Panchabhutas that we say. And all the information that I'm presenting here is not intended to be any medical treatment or consultation. Okay, it's purely my own experience that I have experimented with myself and nature. Only that I'm presenting here. It's not any kind of treatment. All of you, please mute from your side. Let's go. So the 5 elements are Panchabhutas. So all the time, day in and day out, every moment, we continuously use these 5 elements, right? Every moment we breathe, we sit on earth, Mother Earth, the air we breathe, the water we drink, the temperature that is maintained in our body, the space that we are living in. We cannot imagine life without these elements, correct? So these elements are not just within our body, but we see them outside our body also. So there is constant coexistence between them. There is exchange happening. We breathe in and we exchange with the air outside and in. So we drink water and again we excrete as well. We eat food, we again put it back to the earth. The cycle continues. Continuous exchange happens. So every moment we are using them continuously and they have been given to us. It's not that we are just freely getting it. With grace, they have been given to us by nature, Mother Nature, the divine. It's that grace out of which we are utilizing. And we have equal responsibility to give them back to the nature. That we have to be clear. So whatever we are utilizing, it's not free. Nothing is free in this world. It's just conversion that is happening. So science says that, right? Everything is energy. And energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It just transforms from one form to other form. So that's why in Bharat tradition, our Vedic culture, we say energy as Shakti. So everything we treat as Shakti, the divine, because they energize us. So utilizing them, we get energy. So if we eat water, we gain energy. If we drink water, we gain energy. If we have accept that fire energy from Lord Sun, the fire element, then we gain energy. Right? We are lively. When there is no sun, no fire element, we are dull and we are sick that day. So air, when we breathe oxygen, we gain that energy. Space, so unlimited, expanded, that love is that energy, divine energy that we get. So that is why we call it as Shakti. So the way we treat them, they in return react to us. So because we see them as inanimate, they don't talk or walk with them with like us, we cannot assume that they are lifeless. They give us energy, they give us life, which means they are alive. Okay, so the way we treat them, we get them in return. Okay, so now coming to unify. So unify is we are combining, accepting, respecting these 5 aspects in nature. It is universal. So everywhere we find this 5 pattern in everything and every aspect. So that we call as unified pattern. It has been given by Kapila Maharshi, Kapilacharya. So it is said that in Yajurveda, Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande. Yatha Brahmande Tatha Pinde. So as is the being, so is the universe. And as is the universe, so is the being. So everything has the same pattern. If, for example, outside it is hot, temperature is hot. So we also behave like that, right? In summer, how we feel? Heated up, we sweat. So all the same qualities are found within us also. So is the universe. Even at the most minute level to atoms and cells, there also the same actions are happening. What we see outside, same thing happens. There is that repetitive patterns we find everywhere in the universe. So like we see outside and say that earth, water, fire, air and space, we have these 5 aspects internally also. So that we call as the body. Like internally, we feel that we are body, right? We 100% feel that I am this body all the time. So that is that we represent as little finger. Then we have mind. So whenever we say, I like this climate, I don't like very hot weather, or anything, when we eat some food, I like gulab jamuns, or I don't like bitter gourd. And so many emotions also we express, right? At one particular time, we'll be happy, very happy. And a certain time, we'll be angry. Certain time, we'll be tensed. So many reactions happening within us. So that internal ourself, the inner self that keeps on changing is the mind. And we connect it to water because water keeps on flowing, right? It is not stable. Like body, the number 1, we connect it to earth because it is stable. The physical structure is there. Everything physical, we consider it as the body. And that's why we compare it to earth. And mind to water element. Then we are also intelligence. So we are not just the mind and thoughts and emotions, but we have something called intelligence, where we use that intelligence to make decisions. What is right for us? What is not suitable for us? Like, for example, if there is hot climate, we need to stay inside home. That intelligence is there in every creature, not just human being. Like for example, ants, they exactly know where their food is. If we keep some food sweet item on the table, immediately they will start and correctly they will come to the place. From where that intelligence is? The intelligence in spider to weave such beautiful web. How the actions are happening in the outside also, how the earth rotates, how all the planets are moving in a particular orbits. So everything has a system. Sun rises in the east, sets in the west, we say. So all this we experience using our sense organs. So these 3 levels we experience as ourself, and this intelligence is outside and within us. But then we also have awareness. Awareness is the life force, energy that we say. It is that keeps us alive, the prana shakti. Okay. So in this awareness, we are limited. Like if suppose I consider myself this body or this Nilima, then I am limited. I have to take care of my body. At this particular time, I have to provide breakfast to this body. I have to take care of my family, I have to prepare food for them. So I have these limitations. At this particular time I have to sleep. If I don't sleep, then I get sick, I feel dull, all health problems will come. So we are limited in every aspect. That limitations is this I aspect. Okay. And then we have something called, we are also this consciousness, which is unlimited. There is no boundaries. It is like the space. So we compare that to space element because there is no limitation. Like this particular thing only will be that. It is expanded, that we call nirguna, no form. In our shastras we say, right? So it is nirakara, nirguna, all those subtle and absolute points. And it is just the witness which gains knowledge, which witnesses everything, like Sakshi we say. That is the consciousness. We are consciously aware of everything. Okay, these are our internal 5 aspects. So this 5 things, 5 aspects, unify, is seen in everything in the universe. Like suppose if we take just the body also, internally from in the body we will have the 5. Suppose now we will get to Mother Earth. So Earth itself will again have 5 aspects within it. Okay. So last week we just celebrated the 50th anniversary of Mother Earth. So we have to change our mentality from Earth to Mother Earth. We call it Bhumata. So the change in perception should happen, because the way we treat, that comes back to us. So this food, suppose, see, Mother Earth basically provides us, feeds us, right? She produces energy, the food, through plants and feeds us. And then we get energized, we are protected, nourished, right? So this particular food, when we treat it like a prasadam, we offer it to God, right? And then when we consume it, again praying with divinity that we are feeding the divine within us, then it becomes prasadam and it does so much good. The same food, if we just simply eat anyway, standing, talking, chatting, this and that, with lot of emotions, some shouting, screaming, and with tension. Nowadays, within this fast world, we eat so fast in a hurry. So in that way, if we treat that same food, it won't do that much good. So like how we treat, that gives us back. That is the prasadam. Like for example, if we treat our pet, a dog, gently, very lovingly, how it comes to us. The same dog, if we hit with a stone, it will bark back. So what we give, we get it back. So that principle applies everywhere. So we need to treat these elements, which means every moment, because we are utilizing all the 5 elements, every moment, we need to utilize them, use them, respect them with such great divinity, surrender, and gratitude. Then that will bring the change within us. That will help us immensely. Okay. So now let us see how a plant grows, how Mother Earth produces plant. Now again, it needs the 5 aspects. Like it will need its soil nutrients, the fertile soil, only then it can produce a plant. We need to provide water. The plant needs sunlight. It needs the air element, and it needs the space to grow. So for a plant to grow, it needs a particular ecosystem. Only then the soil will be fertile. But nowadays, what are we doing? We are applying all kinds of synthetic fertilizers. So many chemicals are applied. Superphosphate, all those things are applied in chemical form. And what they do, they disturb the ecosystem in the soil. All the microorganisms die. There is no activity happening, and the land becomes barren, unable to produce any new plants. Whereas if we supply organic fertilizers, how the activity is now, the organic matter goes, all the soil nutrients, elements present in the Mother Earth, they are converted by these microorganisms that are available, and they are converted into available form to the plant, and the plant grows very healthy. That way, there is a balance happening. The plant also provides food to microorganisms. Whatever the plant is able to produce, it supplies to the organisms living here, to the life force living here. And it also takes. So there is always give and take happening. It's not only consuming. So that aspect we have to always remember. And the same principle applies to us also, because the pattern is same everywhere. So that balance, the ecosystem has to be maintained. Only then there will be life and healthy life. So different kinds of manures can be applied. Organic fertilizers, we know the Gomata we have, the manure from the cow dung, the cow urine, we apply to the soil as Jivamrut. We say Jiva means life force we are giving to the plants. Then mulching means putting all the layers of the farm leaves, etc. on the soil. So it will be well nourished and there won't be loss of water and all the elements from the soil. A protective layer is applied. Then poultry waste, whatever obtained from poultry. Then farm compost. We accumulate all the farm waste, the plants, dry plants, everything. Everything is composted, vegetable waste, fruit waste, and then compost is prepared and applied. So what happens is when we apply all these natural things, there will be life. All earthworms, algae, all these things will start growing and their complete ecosystem is formed. And that helps in the health of the plant. So this is how it will be. If organic fertilizers are used, the organic manures and from the life is like this. But when we use inorganic, the soil is so dry and barren, and we see so many farmers depressed and they are committing suicides. So that's the difference. So the medium, soil medium we say. So that's why so many soil tests are done before undertaking planting. And in our Bharat tradition, we also, because we consider as Mother Earth, and we do so many digging and activities while before planting, we first pray to Mother Earth before planting. We also pray when we do constructions on the Mother Earth, like when we build any houses or anything, we first pray. So we have to bring the divine aspect in everything, because they are all energies and they are continuously giving us. So we have to treat them in that particular way. Then we are benefited, right? Then we can see the smile like this farmer in our life also. So we have to connect to everything with ourselves, because the pattern is same. That's where this unify helps us. So like the soil, the pattern is, as a microbiologist, we grow bacterial cultures. So it needs particular medium. In this particular medium, certain bacteria will grow. If we change the composition, different bacteria will grow. If we don't add anything, just plain agar medium, nothing will grow. So like that. So similarly, I also do prepare some enzymes. So thanks to Subha from Unify, our friend. So she introduced me to this bioenzymes concept, and I started doing at home. So here also what I observe is the same thing. Particular media is required for the activity to happen. So there is that foam, we can find the layer there. So the activity is the activity of life there. Everything is alive, life force, right? So we add particular ingredients. When we add jaggery, water, the fruit peels in particular concentration, the activity happens. And if there is a change, if suppose I don't add particular ingredient, the activity won't be there. It will be just like that. Okay, and now the same way, our body, there is a condition and medium that we are maintaining through whatever we are supplying to this body through our all the indriyas, from mouth, from nose, from our emotions, whatever we are feeding this body, whatever we are listening, whatever we are smelling, everything is happening and accepted by this body, and we create particular medium within our system. So the way we provide, the way we are nourished. Now let us see how our environment is. So what we understand is the life force is what plays the role, whether it is earth or any medium for bacteria to grow or anything, even our human body to be maintained. So microbial activity is happening everywhere. What they do, they break down food. Like whatever nutrients were there in the soil, they break down those metals, heavy metals, into available form. So may they make them available to us. So even for us, whatever food we are having, they are not easily digestible by us. That we have to be clear. So these plants we see, they have cellulose, and nature is in such a way it tries to protect itself, like grain, suppose rice, it is protected very well by seed coat, by nature. So nothing can disturb, and again it can give birth to new plant. But what when we have to consume it, so that hard layer, the seed coat, has to be dissolved. So it is very hard for our system to digest. That is why what we do, we soak the grains, then we cook, then again we ferment it. So that is why in fermentation all this microbial activity happens. Good bacteria, they do the job of making it in available form to us. The food we eat becomes easily available and easily digestible by us. Hmm? So these organisms, they clean up whatever unwanted things are there, they clean up, and then finally everything is microscopically reduced, and then finally dust forms, means they are all converted into microparticles, and then we absorb that food, right? The body takes it, the plant takes it, the organism, whatever it can be, animal, plant, anything, and then the cycle continues, then we give it back again, exchange continuously happens. So we take in and we give back, the cycle continues, the carbon cycle. So these microorganisms support us. In a normal body, normal cells, everything is happening very well balanced, and a person will be healthy when these elements are in balance. Microorganisms will be in balance and everything will run smoothly. But when through these sense organs that we have, we excessively consume more than what we require. Like a food is there, if we go to a restaurant, we see buffet system there, so many items will be placed, and we have every chance to enjoy whatever we want and how much ever we want, and we nicely put, even though our stomach is full, we sit straight and adjust ourselves, somehow try to fit in. We'll take few breaks, walk around, and again fit in, right? Even though our body doesn't require that much, we feed it because it is free. Free means we paid, but it is unlimited. So like the elements are unlimitedly available, the nature is available, we are continuously taking and taking, over exploiting, only taking and not giving back. So that is causing imbalance, that is creating the pathogens to develop. The selfishness we have is creating all the problems. And that's where our cells are getting damaged due to overconsumption, over exploitation of nature, available nature. We waste water, right? We waste food. We waste all the elements. That's where we are ending up in trouble. See how we are maintaining our body and environment with lot of synthetic fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides applied to plants, and from those the food we are consuming, and the food we are eating is nowadays filled with artificial colors, flavors, preservatives. We eat so old food from the packets, and they are preserved with so many chemicals. Then we have a number of cleaning products, then cosmetic products. Though we are educated, we feel that only these chemicals will do the change. Because if we go out, we want sunscreens, right? We have that strong belief and confidence on these chemicals and the modern life. But when we go to roots, that's where our shastras, our traditions help us in such a great extent. So we know the techniques, how we can make use of these divine elements, divine aspects, and make them in a helpful manner that will help us and not harm us. So these things of modern life and the allopathy medicines that we take are bringing harm only to us. So many drugs we take, the medicines for diabetes, blood pressure, then the white sugar, the greatest poison that we have, the meat and dairy products. So these create acidity in our body. So these acidic conditions bring or give rise to harmful pathogens. Harmful bacteria grow only in acidic and acidic conditions. That's why it is recommended take alkaline water, take more fruits, vegetables, because they make our body alkaline. Whereas grains also, they are little acidic. That is why what we do, we soak them, we ferment them, and then when we take, they are in available form. Okay, so we should understand and deeply understand what is exactly happening. Then we have other aspects like polluted water. We have polluted air through factories, vehicles that we run. Then plastic, we have plastic usage. So many ways we continuously use plastic. Then the mobiles we have nowadays, the so many gadgets, screens we use day in and day out. Then we have our smoking, alcohol. So all these things disturb our ecology, ecosystem within our body. And then we also have other aspects. The physical is all this chemical buildup that we did. Then we have impure thoughts, like selfish thoughts. We behave meanly. We show anger. We show everything is the way we show. What exactly happens? You have to understand. So the what we show outside comes back. So if I show anger, that is going to hurt me only. Do you get it? So what we give, that comes back. So that aspect is very, very important. The action and reaction. And nowadays we have stress. Every time stress we have. It's physical stress. Physically we are worn out. We have mental stress. Intellectually, environmental stress we have. So every way we are being stressed. Please mute, Divya. Sorry. Okay. So, and due to this ego-ness, the I, we feel we are separate from this whole universe. Because of that I-ness that we have developed, we see everything as different. And that's why we get angry. If somebody is doing something that we don't like, because we feel the other person is doing something in a bad way, he's not keeping clean, or he's not listening to me, we feel that he and me, that is why we feel the difference and we show anger, all other emotions. Hatred. If somebody is being very progressive or very rich or somebody is developing, we feel the jealousy. We get all the greedy thoughts. I want to have, I want to grow more and more like that. So that again builds. So everything affects us only back. Whatever we express, it is reflected back. That's why it is said everything is reflection. What we see with ourselves and our surroundings is just the reflection. If we see outside that we are not liking, what that exactly means is we are like that. We have been behaving like that. That is why that is coming back to us. Do you get it? So now what? If we are sad and not happy and not satisfied with ourselves, what we have to do? We have to, now we understand that we have caused the problem. We are the problem now. So now we only have to correct ourselves. We cannot change this world, right? So we have to correct ourselves. We have to start loving ourselves. Then we get back the same love. We have to do things for others. Then we get back things. Whatever we want, we will get back. Okay? So because we have created this kind of ecosystem, now that is the best medium for the pathogens, the harmful bacteria, and causing all kinds of problems in life. That is affecting our immunity. See how the gut imbalance in gut bacteria, the bile metabolite of gut microorganisms are affecting our immune cells. So the good bacteria, the colonies in small intestine, they regulate the T cells called immune cells. They give the immunity to us. That suppress autoimmune reactions and inflammation. They stop the inflammation that is caused in our body. Also, see the gut bacteria, the good bacteria flora that we maintain in our system, it has connection with our brain. Even nerve cells, it is interacting with. The thoughts, it is interacting. The way we think changes as per the gut flora we have. See, and that's why it's called gut-brain axis. So we say, right, that's what my gut feeling says. My gut feeling says that I should go for it. I have to take this route. So that connection is because of this neuronal activity and connections happening continuously. The signals are sent to brain. Okay, and that's why if we are emotionally disturbed, the food we eat doesn't get digested. That is why our shastra says while eating, have peacefully, chant mantra, and then consume that food. Don't watch televisions and all, because everything is absorbed by that food. Also, that same vibrations are absorbed by your own body because the pattern is same. Everything is absorbed, and there is connection with these. Now see, gut flora and the brain, the thoughts, our thoughts change. The way we behave will change completely. So we have to treat the food we have divinely and consume it in peace. So everything matters. So for every action, we have a reaction. That's the third law of Newton. For every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. That we call as nature's laws. So what we give, we get back. There is a cause and there is effect. So now we are experiencing inflammation in our body, our bones ache, ulcers, immunity, low immunity. We are getting so many infections. Then there are all kinds of pathogens, harmful bacteria, microorganisms in taking various forms as virus, everything started attacking us. That's the cause. If we go back to the root, how these things are harming us, it's the cause that we have done. The actions we have done. We have disturbed our environment. See, rising carbon dioxide causes the ability to think. It is harming us, our ability to think. Household chemical usage is affecting the child language development. See how they are affecting us at brain level, our thought patterns, the development of our life itself. So now we understood. Because we feel ourselves as separate, as I, individual, the ego we have, all kinds of selfish thoughts come to us, and the thoughts become actions, and we behave like that. And there is again environmental stress, that I want more and more, so we stress ourselves, do more works, trying to earn lot more money. We want everything lot. We want comfortable life, luxurious life. That's why we have to keep things to the minimum. So when we take more and more, expect more and more, we create stress, and then we cause this imbalance, and that is leading to low immunity and disease manifest. Now do you understand the cause? So when some virus or anything is attacking us, that means when we go back to the source, why, when we put the question, it is this harm that we have done. It is our actions, internal actions, external actions, every way we have disturbed this nature completely. And now it is just revolting it back. So we are getting back all these bad effects from nature, means we have caused the harm. That's the reason. Okay, now I'll just give my own experience. Same thing, same pattern. So I had to undergo severe cough once, and continuously I had to take antibiotics for more than a month, and it didn't stop. That caused severe inflammation in my system. Whole system got disturbed because of antibiotics. The good bacteria got disturbed, and there was severe inflammation and ulcers in intestines. And doctors, allopathic doctors, gastroenterologists, they all named it as they want: ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, irritable bowel syndrome, all kinds of names. And they treated me accordingly with steroids and tests like endoscopy, colonoscopy. I had to undergo. I even tried natural therapies like Ayurveda, then homeopathy. Then nothing actually satisfied or worked for me. I used to feel whatever, whether I take or not take, it's the same condition. The body didn't show any progress. And finally, I got introduced to Unify. And there, coming in contact with the 5 elements, getting to know them more deeper, what they actually are, how everything is made with the same elements, and they are divine, and they respond the way we treat. Then listening to my body, experimenting myself, noting everything. If I eat this, how is my body responding? That listening should be there. And then slowly I started healing. And then I was self-reliant, and now able to even treat others. I became healthy, and then now able to even help out others who are suffering. So this antibiotics, the disturbance of bacterial flora is causing such a major impact on us, and they are becoming resistant. The germs, the microorganisms are becoming resistant to these antibiotics, and like our generations, the generations of microorganisms are growing. There are phase 1, phase 2 generations of microorganisms, and they are becoming resistant to antibiotics. And see how antimicrobial resistance is responsible now for 7 lakh deaths each year worldwide. They are becoming multi-drug resistant. Even though we apply many different kinds of antibiotics, they are not being killed. So that is the situation now. We are not able to treat or kill any antibiotics. See, each year, antibiotic resistant bacteria infect some 2.8 million people in United States, killing more than 35,000 as per CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention. So what is the solution? Are taking vaccines, taking antibiotics, or just escaping and be staying at home like lockdown? So these won't help much. When we bring these 5 elements back, bring them in unison, and then we hit it back, that will be the more stronger hit, right? So we have to improve immunity. That is the solution. How we can do that? Now again, getting back to our 5 friends, which are earth, water, fire, air, space. So we have to consume foods which are rich in antioxidants, like whole foods, organic foods, opting jaggery than white sugar, opting unrefined oils to refined oils, or refined junk foods to, we need to avoid junk foods and opt all natural whole foods. Then we have to drink water, sufficient water, and stop dehydrating. Dehydrating happens with sugar. When we take sugar, that dehydrates our body. If we drink coffee, the caffeine, the tannins from tea, they dehydrate our body. We think that we are drinking and doing good for our body, but we are also taking all these things, sugars, coffee, all this, meat, non-vegetarian foods. They make our body acidic and dehydrate us, and that effect is shown on our mind, because water is mind. So what we do affects our mind, right? Then we have to do proper panchabhuta walking, means we have to be aware all the time of the walking and who we are while walking, about the nature and about the 5 elements. Be one with nature, always have that thought, and that brings the good effect on us. Then do yogasanas, create that fire element within us, so there is good lymphatic circulation happening and all the toxins are released. Then do the breathing. It should be abdominal breathing, not just from the chest level. It should, the breathing should happen deeply. Okay, always that exchange of oxygen, carbon dioxide happens, but because of the environmental pollution, all these things, we are not able to give that much benefit. So the deep breathing is so important. Every moment we have to be conscious, aware of our breath. That only gives us the energy, because end of the day we always feel tired because of this, because we are not aware of our breath. Also the carbon dioxide we have seen, right? Also the smoking, when we do, people who smoke, they are not able to supply the oxygen they take. They feel that they are doing pranayama and doing the good for themselves. But what happens is, internally, the oxygen bond with the red blood cells is weaker compared to the oxygen, the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide bond with the red blood cell. So we are not able to supply the oxygen that is required. There is that gap happening. So we have to be cautious of what we are supplying, providing to our body. If we provide these things, smoking and pollution, so the response will be same. We won't be able to get 100% benefit out of the breathing we are doing. Then we have to listen to body, the space. There should be space. We are always stressed out, right? There is no gap. Always we are tensed. So many jobs, one after another. We have to relax. We have to listen to body, what it is saying. And then that comes with meditation, relaxing ourselves. So we have to change ourselves to change our own system, our body, and also to see the external change. So coming back to immunity, improving immunity. This also again will have 5 aspects, right? So we have the treasure of spices and herbs in India. Our Ayurvedic rishis have recommended taking turmeric, neem. They all bring so much of immunity. They have a lot of antioxidants. The lemon has such great antioxidant power. Even cancer cannot survive there. And especially lemon, it has structure similar to white sugar. So white sugar reduces our immunity, while lemon, if we take, our immunity is improved. We have our Go Mata, right? The Panchagavya. What it produces is the 5 things that it gives: the cow dung, urine, milk, curd, and ghee when it is mixed. That is called Panchagavya. And it helps us immensely. All chronic, incurable diseases can be cured with this Panchagavya. That's why we treat cow as Go Mata. Everything should be connected to divine. That is our Bharat tradition. And only then we will be benefited. When we have that outlook, then only we are benefited. If we say, I am only doing, I am the great, all that selfish and I feelings, the ego, then we are not helped. How much ever good food we eat, how much ever pranayama, water, everything we do, it won't help unless there is the aspect of divinity. So there the culture matters, our Bharat tradition. So early morning, how we clean our external houses, outside the house and inside the home. Then we take bath, and that bath also is with such great divinity. We feel that water is Ganga Mata. We invite Ganga river into the water and take bath. We purify. And it's not just physical body purification, but our thoughts are purified, right? We should have pure thoughts, good thoughts, that will do good to everybody. Then in our traditions, we have sun exposure. The same thing the modern science also talks. Exposing to sun gives vitamin D, all these things. But our Shastra says do Sandhya Vandanam 3 times a day. Worship the sun god, do chantings, do fire rituals, homams. These generate energy. Everything is energy only. And they are just expressions. If we treat them in a particular way, we get benefit out of them. That's all it is. Then good air circulation. We have to let the air in and out, have deep breathing, the pranayama, right? Everything is spread. Like if we spread goodness, good oxygen, use less vehicles and not pollute air, the same air will be available to us. So good air will be available and that will do good to us. And definitely our immunity will accordingly improve. So, and if we produce germs around, so the air element, the quality is to spread. So if we create bad environment, only bad will spread and bad organisms will develop and cause harm in return back to us only. So what we do, we get back. So what we need to do, we have to forgive. See, in life also, we hold on to all kinds of emotions. We have regret, like the particular person has done this to me, I have to give back. I'll take revenge. Why should I do that? He, that two aspects is causing the erosion there, corrosion. All these things are happening. So we need to forgive. When we forgive, our wounds get healed. We heal from within. So if something outside is harming or we feel that person is evil, we have to just forgive them, because that only gives us and helps us. And we have to have gratitude towards nature. Always the divine aspect and gratitude should be there. So just individual person doing cannot help, right? We will do everything for ourselves at our level, but that if everybody does it, then the teamwork, unity is strength. So together we can win over it. It can be any kind of climatic calamities or ozone layer depletion or the virus and other organisms that are affecting us. For anything to fight, we need that team effort. Even to do a simple project, so we need inputs from everybody, and together only that project will be successful. Okay, let me see, there is something chat. Sure, Lakshmi. So so everything matters to us, right? Together we can bring the change. We need to consume food as medicine we should not have these harmful, selfish emotions, greed, anger, jealousy. Then we need to turn to natural stuff, natural products, and we should stop exploiting nature. How harshly we deforest, do the deforestation, we treat evilly, animal slaughter, everything is just abruptly done without any feelings of oneness. We should feel that pain within us. When we do harm, that pain is felt within us, right? So we should help the needy, do charity works, and enjoy nature with gratitude. That is the most important thing. So it is said, Hita book means whatever is needed, necessary for our body, whatever is beneficial, take only that much. Consume nature, utilize them. They are available to us, but only whatever is needed. Don't waste. And Mita book. So the quantity is specified here. So whatever is beneficial you take, how much ever limited quantity, minimum quantity required to sustain and live healthily, take that quantity. And Rita book. Rita book means have the gratitude always. So spend time with nature, that reduces stress. And always reflect upon what are we doing. Am I consuming more than necessary? Am I having selfish thoughts? Am I contributing in any way? So don't waste the resources that are available. Make every day Earth Day. Have gratitude towards farmers, our parents who have made us like this, who are the reason for our existence, our gurus who are giving knowledge, the mother nature who is continuously out of love and compassion, she is giving the source, the divine source. Thank you all. And see how it is. The effect, earlier it was, now we are in lockdown, the effect is, it was so polluted and now it is so clear. The Yamuna river is so clarified now. So nature is just healing and cleaning itself. It's doing its job. So we don't have to worry about it. Just do our part, be with nature, live naturally, love nature, the 5 elements. Learn from nature, how they give us all the time. The sun rays gives every time. The plants give fruits, flowers every time. So learn from nature, spend time with nature, be one with nature, be thankful to the source, be happy, healthy, and peaceful. Thank you all. If you have any questions, please let me know, or you can contact us through Unify also. We have the groups, Telegram groups. You can visit our website, unify.co. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you so much, Nilima. It was very informative. I'm definitely curious to know more about bioenzymes. I've heard about them, seen some YouTubes, wanted to do but never started because of questions. Definitely, the you can value.
Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you all. Definitely, we'll do.
Thank
Any
you,
more
Auntie.
questions?
Thank you, Auntie.
Sure. Surya, Sitara.
I have one question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, actually, thanks for the wonderful presentation. It was, it was very useful and created a lot of awareness. So, when you talked about the 5 forces, earth, water, fire, air, and space, you told water is related to mind.
Yes.
Can you help us? What are the other forces are related to? Like earth, fire, air, space.
Yeah. Correct. So, like earth is for the body, water is for the mind, and third one is the fire, the element of light and heat. What is fire? It gives light and the heat. So, like a light, a lamp, it gives us knowledge to see, right? The fire element within us, it gives us knowledge.
Okay.
So all the knowledge we gain, like sun, the light we get, the heat we get, it brings out activity also. Whatever, if I'm speaking, if I'm able to digest, so the digestion fire we call as Jataragni. So there is Agni within us, right? So it's the same fire that makes us makes the food digest, that makes us do actions. The fire element brings the actions and gives knowledge. So same way, air. The air element is, its nature is to spread whatever it is. Wherever we put it, suppose a balloon, it takes its form. So that I element, we gain that I-ness, the individuality, the prana. So everything, like a human, if it is concentrated in human, the I aspect, we say human being, female, child, or we call it as animal, plant, a microorganism. So any form, anywhere we connect it, it is, and they are limited to it. Got it? So this I-ness, it is limited. Suppose a microorganism. So they are again limited. They don't have the sense organs like we have. They are single-celled organisms. And the limitations are there to air. Okay? While the space is like unlimited. We, like how nature unlimitedly, it gives. There is that love. The love aspect is unconditional. There is no limitations there. Unconditional is space. Like see how space is everywhere. It cannot be bound. It accommodates everybody. Everybody, if we are sitting in a room, it accommodates us. In externally, we see all the other elements are in the space. Earth is there in space, water is in space, fire is there in space, and air is there. So it expands itself and embraces everybody. That is space.
Thank you. That helps a lot.
Answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Any more questions?
Maybe one more from me.
Yes, please.
Yeah, in the improving immunity section, along with steam inhalation and oil pulling, it was mentioned as decaution.
Yeah.
Could you please
Yes.
explain what is that?
Sure. See, now we find that through science, recent research says that all the aerosols in the atmosphere, they are entering through nose. It's the basic point of attack is the nostrils, it seems, the cells of the nostrils, the lungs, and also eyes. So when we take steam inhalations with these herbs, they are directly entering our nostrils, and then these viruses and germs cannot survive in that high temperature. Also through decoctions. See, externally we are supplying through heat the herbal vapors, and internally also when we take these decoctions, like boiling these herbs, boiling turmeric, boiling neem, ginger, they bring internal effect also. Both ways we are supporting our body. Also, like it's just like if we take spicy chili, how our nose starts excreting, right? Water comes out.
Yeah.
So it releases. So similarly, internally also when we take decoctions, it releases. And when we swallow those things also, they are excreted through our alimentary canal, through our excretion. So both way they help, internally and externally.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any more questions?
Thanks, Neelima, for the presentation. I would like
Sure.
to know more about bioenzymes and how it helps our body.
Sure. We will definitely, we'll definitely do another session kind for bioenzymes, because it is very much needed to balance this nature and help ourselves also get free from these chemicals. Yeah.
Yes,
We'll definitely
yes,
do
definitely.
that. Sure.
Yeah. Thank you,
Sure.
Neelima. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. We'll end this session here. Thank you all. Thank you very much.